We had all been waiting for today. The trial on Ripple against SEC is nearing close end. And what does that imply? Correctly, a sharp rise in XRP's price. Right now, all the best crypto specialists are discussing is this, and their forecasts are absolutely mind-boggling. Some estimates place XRP's price at as high as $11,898. So, this is not a joke. These are actual forecasts derived from professional study and market trends. Let me say one thing very clearly. You want not to miss a single moment in this video. Let's straightforwardly get right to the topic without delay. Notes: disclaiming, not only with a whimper, but also with a ruling that might redefine XRP and digital asset control, the protracted legal struggle between Ripple Labs and the SEC could at last be ending. Following more than 4 years of legal sparring, both sides have turned in a combined motion implying a shared want to resolve. The motion transcends a simple procedural action. Resolving a case under cautious negotiation will help to clear a cloud on Ripple and XRP since December 2020. The motion revolves on a demand to remove the long-standing injunction against XRP institutional sales. Should this be approved, Ripple would be able to interact with institutional partners more freely, therefore releasing the part of the market that has been off-limits under court-mandated restrictions. Still, this goes beyond simply Ripple reordering XRP once more. It's about rebuilding faith in a digital asset that has been underappreciated even though it has prevailed in numerous important court cases refuting SEC assertions. The motion also shows a suggested redistribution of financial fines. Under the terms, the SEC would get paid $50 million and $75 million would be repaid to Ripple. This change in penalty structure is noteworthy for what it represents: a break from punishment toward resolution, not for the amounts themselves. It marks a rare instance of pragmatism from the SEC, which has typically opposed cryptocurrency companies aggressively. Crypto Twitter exploded with comments very fast. Tweeted "Bull Run Wonka," expressing what many feel to be the inevitable SEC against Ripple settlement in the horizon. Jack the Rippler cited attorney Bill Morgan, who had a significant SEC breakthrough today against Ripple. The lawsuit ends at any moment. Steph's next tweet also reflected the mounting excitement. Ripple SAC decision scheduled for today. A triumph might unleash large institutional inflows into XRP. Bill Morgan, a well-known legal expert and XRP advocate, underlined what could be the most important portion of the motion: the demand to change Judge Analisa Torres' final verdict. Morgan says this is more than just formality. It is the proposed agreement's legal pillar. The court has to be persuaded that there are extraordinary events supporting such a modification, a high bar to clear. Usually, courts do not change their decisions until a strong case justifies it. The judge could see the proposal as more about convenience than necessity. Hence, there is risk. Furthermore, there's no assurance this motion will be allowed, since earlier this year a prior joint application was dismissed quickly. Still, hope is rather powerful. Representing approximately 75,000 XRP holders, lawyer John Deaton has assigned the motion a 70% likelihood of acceptance. Should that occur, XRP might at last take front stage not only as a speculative asset, but also as a legitimate infrastructure layer for institutional finance, allowing Ripple to free itself to resume more general market activity. The clearance would also send a strong signal to other blockchain initiatives under governmental pressure. There is that resolution. Clarity is almost within reach. Should the court deny the motion, however, XRP's institutional adoption would be chilled for a longer period of time, and more uncertainty would result. Furthermore, important would be the wider consequences on the market. This case has been seen as a litmus test for how U.S. authorities apply securities rules in respect to cryptocurrencies. A positive result for Ripple would question the present enforcement policies of the SEC and maybe change the handling of further crypto cases. Not only for XRP holders, but also for an entire sector that has been yearning clear, fair regulation, this moment seems crucial. Not only for Ripple. The court's next ruling might signal the start of a new chapter, whereby creativity is free from constant fear of lawsuit at all levels. The crypto space waits, hopeful that this legal marathon might at last be nearing its last sprint. In fact, analysts are also projecting shockingly high increase in expectation of Ripple's success. Please trust me, this surpasses whatever we have seen before. Should Judge Torres allow this request, it will not only be a legal victory. For institutional money to flood XRP, it will be the green signal. You will learn why this could be the greatest positive signal in crypto history. They thus laughed at Noah until it started to rain, then tweeted Emonix. Right now, they find XRP funny. Let them go. The ark is virtually full. That kind of phrase connects with something more than just business cycles. It's about trust in a system that hasn't disappeared, even though it has been routinely challenged, misinterpreted, and discounted. The emotional intensity behind these forecasts is reaching a zenith. Like Bitcoin did, XRP is about to blow up, Steph said. And, argues Crypto Sensei, if you search crypto Twitter, you will find post after post with sky-high targets manifesting 10,000 XRP. Brett keeps pushing it even farther. XRP might reach $11,898. Then there is the viral tweet from Barry C. XRP, $2 to $1,000, which will happen far sooner than most people would think. Just words, a straightforward sentence. But the response it set off exposes all you need to know about XRP's special position in the market. Some see it as a rocket just ready to blast. For others, it's a fiction spun up from a society too immersed in its own echo chamber. Big supporter of XRP, one user, XRP Amak, responded, "But how $1,000? Give me your logical justification." They offered a more practical viewpoint, implying that should XRP reach the market capitalization of Bitcoin, it would probably trade more like $35 than $1,000. A unicorn fantasy, they came to realize, $1,000 is. Dreams die hard, nevertheless. Resilience of the XRP army is well known. Even some detractors like Robert Smith contend that these pricing targets are more fiction than arithmetic. He commented, "I've been seeing this since XRP came about. It hasn't gotten anywhere near." Defiance is countercurrent, and it gets stronger daily. To be quite honest, based just on supply and market size, 1,000 XRP would suggest trillion in value. Until we adopt a drastically different economic system, or XRP, levels that today appear unthinkable become the backbone of world financial infrastructure. And that's precisely what most fervent believers are depending on. They are not engaged in short-term gain trading. Their posture is for a period when XRP will be used in real time across border transactions, smart contracts, tokenized assets, even central bank infrastructure. And with the likely easing of limitations through this joint motion, the door may at last be opened for XRP to be recognized by institutions not as a legal liability, but rather as a valid tool for global settlement.